Hey, today I'm going to give you the top 10 tips to buying and finding your dream home. Stick around. Number 10, buy a home you can grow into. Now think about it. How long will you live in this home? Do you have a 2-year plan, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan? And if you have children, how old would they be throughout the course of the years you will be in this home? So you have to consider the growth span of your family. I mean, a house that is perfect for you right now may not be perfect for you and your family 5 years from now. If your children are 2 and 3 and 4 years old, you have to consider at the age of 5 years, and within 5 years, they're going to be way bigger. Will that house still fit you guys? So make sure you purchase a house that you and your family can grow into and be comfortable in and love living in. Number 9, don't lowball the sellers. Now, I know we all want a great deal, but you have to consider the fact that this was an investment for the seller, just like it's an investment for you. And sometimes it gets a little personal. So a lot of times if you come in with a very low offer, the seller's offended, and when you decide, okay, I'll come up a little bit more on my price, they don't even want to deal with you because they've already been offended by your lowball offer. So definitely think about your offer before you present it to make sure you're not offending anyone when it comes to this transaction. Because if you want this house, you're going to have to play and negotiate a little bit, but you want everyone to be happy at the end. Number 8, don't skip the home inspection. Now, I just did a video on this because this is a very important step. I mean, when you're walking through the home and you are loving all the decor, the colors, the upgrades, the fixtures, but we sometimes don't pay attention to the main components of the home. The home inspector will definitely check those things out for you: the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the HVAC, and make sure that the things that are working properly and functioning properly. So you definitely want to get a home inspection done on a property that you're buying, even in a new construction home, because sometimes things are overlooked. So just never, ever skip your home inspection. Number 7, use Google Maps so that you can figure out your commute time. And one thing I love about it is because when you put in your address from home to work, and it will tell you based on the times how traffic is. So you want to know exactly how long it's going to take you to get to work and from work when you are purchasing a home, because a lot of times that matters. If you're going to be sitting in traffic for 2 hours, you may not want to pick that location, or maybe you're okay with that long commute, but definitely Google Map your commute from home to work. Number 6, write a list of your must-haves for this property. Think about the things that you really need to make your life easy living in this home. Remember, this is a home that you will have for at least 2 to 5, 10 years, depending on your goals. So make sure you know exactly what you need in this home. Do you need a single family home with a backyard? Or you can take a townhome with a smaller yard, or maybe a condo is good for you. Consider what it is you really need and what type of home you want. Make sure that this home fits your needs for a growing family, for you living in it from 2 to 5 to 10 years, whatever your goals are. So definitely jot down your must-haves. Number 5, talk to your lender and make sure you have your approval in hand. You don't want to start looking for properties and fall in love with one and you're not ready to make an offer on that property because you don't have your approval in hand. Your lender is going to help you with that, so make sure you are ready with an approval in your hand before you go out shopping for properties. Number 4, go in looking at properties with an open mind. If the seller lives in the property, then you will probably see a lot of their items in the property, their personal items, their style of furniture and the way they live in the property. Well, try to have an open mind. If it's not your way of living or your style of furniture, remember, those things won't be left there. Try to picture your items in that property. Try to picture you living in that property. If there's a wall color that you're not fond of, it's paint. And you can always change it. Picture that wall in a color that you're more fond of. All of those things are changeable. What to focus on is the spacing and the space of the bedroom, the layout of the property. Those are the things that you cannot change most of the time. So those are the things that you want to focus on. So keep an open mind when looking at properties. Number 3, compromise. You may not find the perfect home, but if it's 80% of your must-haves, that could be the property for you. There is a lot of things to consider when looking at a property, but if you have your list of must-haves and most of those are checked off, at least 80% of it, then that is definitely a property to consider. So definitely compromise. You're not going to get every single thing the way you want it, how you want it. But if it has potential, go for it. Number 2, location, location, location. You are buying this location. You're buying your neighbors. You're buying the neighborhood. So make sure the location is exactly where you want to be. You are going to be around this area, living, breathing, enjoying this area. So you want to make sure this is the right location for you. This is probably one of the most important things when considering purchasing a home. A lot of people buy close to their jobs, close to families. All of that is to consider when it comes to the location. So make sure it is exactly where you want to be. Hey, before I get to number 1, if there is anything I left off of this list, send me a comment. I respond to all my comments. Also, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell because I put out a video once a week with topics like this. Number 1, it's time to make an offer. And I ask my clients sometimes, depending on the situation, write a letter to the seller. Remember, this is your dream home. You are in love with it. It checked off 80% of the things on your checklist item. Write the seller a heartfelt letter explaining to the seller why you think you should have this property. It helps. I've received letters to give to my sellers several times and it made a difference. So depending on the situation, I would say write a letter. The sellers love to hear who's moving into their home and what they're planning to do with it. Well, I'm Carmilla Rena, and I am a licensed South Carolina real estate agent, and I love bringing you fun tips and facts about my hometown, Charleston, South Carolina. If you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing in real estate here in Charleston, South Carolina, give me a buzz. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Well, until next time, thank you for watching.